Life isn't one size fits all, and college shouldn't be either. The University of North Dakota is consistently ranked the best value in the Midwest. That means whatever you decide to study, you know it'll be worth it. A better job, less debt, and ready for whatever comes next. Because there's one thing we all have in common. We lead our own way.
We had an old router go out, which prevented us from sending live data to the other offices. We heard SDN might have a fix. They got our configurations, delivered a router. We were operational the next day.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, we still have 10 seconds or so. Maybe make the logo 3D and spin it fast because, you know, the network, uptime.
Nice side B. Okay. Wait, yeah, just carry him. Put him on the pain train. Smash HP. He just yoinks that game.
Not quite able to get anything done with that. Drive right, possibly going for double tap off the backboard! And able to get a score off the top.
Both are very low. I think they're both 1 HP. Doesn't know whether...
Oh! Snap! TMR for the clutch!
Charging into your future as a Lancer is about meaningful relationships, learning at the crossroads of history and innovation, championing one another's success, and empowering every student to achieve their dreams. We are a community that knows one another by name, offers the quality education needed to get the most out of life, and the friendships that support us throughout the journey. We hold tight to a legacy of pioneering, knowing that by honoring our values, we can charge into our futures together and become the purpose-minded people that change the world. Becoming a Lancer is about more than academics. It's about discovering your passion and feeling at home.
Roseville will find their golden moment. Moments of the round. Audacity into his own demise, and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles. Very close here.
Very nice spot dodge going through that. And we fair. Go straight in, the wide, but
Claiborne get the rebound, and Eakin has a 2-goal lead right now. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some help. Will go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your Evan Biel 2023 Fall State champions.
Where are you going? Or maybe a better question is, how far do you want to go? And how fast do you want to get there? Now we're getting somewhere. So let's go. Let's go faster. Let's go further. Let's go beyond.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fenworks official broadcast. I am your host today, Skeptor. Nice to meet you guys and see you for the first time. It is my debut for the Rocket League stream, but familiar face, my pal Justin joining me on the cast. Excited to get this one going today, Justin. Happy to be here with you.
Yeah, happy to be here too. How have you been recently?
I've been all right, dude. I've been, casting here and there, trying to figure out kind of what's going to happen based on the MNVL season coming to a close, preparing for state tournaments, playing some video games. You know how it goes, man. Trying to have some fun. How about yourself?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. Been playing a bunch of games, both for Fenworks and not. So just hanging out, playing, having some fun. Excited to get into casting some of these Rocket League games. I think we got Grand Forks Central Knights versus Mandan Braves going first. So
yes, sir.
It'll be pretty interesting to see how this game is gonna go. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, week 5 action, we are past the halfway marker of our season, folks. So kind of every little game counts at this point here. And then on the opposite side, for game 2, rather, we have the Supersonic Blue Jays taking on Fargo Rocket League Alpha. So should be some interesting matchups. The Chef 98, that's our fellow color or intern, correct? I'm almost positive.
Yep.
Luke, I believe. So shout out to the Chef 98, one of our fellow commentators. Interested to see how he's going to play on the server today. I know one of the games he was interested in was Rocket League coming into this season to commentate, but also really wanted to play and showcase his skill set in that department. So main reason that we are here together, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty interesting. Happy to see that he's playing and we're able to watch, and I think this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, week 5, both teams should be quite familiar with how this one goes. 3-on-3, best of 5 format. First team to 3 victories will be crowned victors for the day. And I'm not sure, I mean, I haven't been on any of the Rocket League streams yet for North Dakota Fenworks League this season. Have you seen either one of these squads on stream yet this season, or is this looking like debut potentially for both these teams?
I believe this is debut for both teams. However, I have had the pleasure of playing most of these players in game across the last couple of years.
All right.
And I can say these are 2 fairly strong teams going against each other.
Awesome.
Looks like all around it's actually going to be a pretty good match. High level, competitive. I'm excited.
Can't ask for anything better. Scouting report is in. Fairly decent competition on both ends of the field. And yeah, I mean, like you said, excited to get into it. Week 5, Fenworks North Dakota League. And we are getting this thing underway momentarily. Just getting all of our players loaded on in. With that, I'm looking forward to it, right? Only seeing what things are like on the Minnesota League side of things for Rocket League. So very interested to see how things kind of go over here on the ND side of it. So I'm excited, just like yourself. I think I know this will be taking place off stream, but I know that there's a Fortnite game going down tonight as well for all of our Fortnite enjoyers. I think that one's taking place closer to 6 or 6:30. So lots of action across the Fenworks board tonight.
Yeah, gonna be a pretty interesting day. Gonna be some winners, and it'll be pretty fun. I will say that I think that both games today are going to be pretty awesome for on stream. Yeah,
That's definitely a good note. I'm looking forward to it. We get our players loaded on in here. Take it away.
looks like it will be a kickoff win towards the Mandan side of the players. Get some early pressure by Mandan, but it looks like Central's going to be trying to re-clear it over to the Mandan side. Not the greatest attempt. Oh, a good
Ooh,
shot
nice
attempt
shot.
going in from Central.
Good defense as well, coming out from Mandan.
Central trying to deny a passing play, do succeed in it. It is now a 2-on-1 opportunity, setting a pass off the corner.
Ooh, off the post.
Gets a little tricky there, but Mandan do end up getting it cleared out of the net. Another shot attempt by Central doesn't go the way of the players, but
good opportunity. Shot a little bit off. Lots of back and forth so far very early on in this game here, Justin.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like...
oh, nice shot.
Oh, big shot by Jatron over on Central. They're going to start off a minute in, with a goal. That's pretty huge here.
Yeah, really well played from Jatron. Kicks it to the corner, sets himself up nicely, and finds that finish. 1-goal advantage the way of Grand Forks Central Knights.
Looks like the kickoff will start with the possession of Central. They're going for a sidewall read. Does get cleared over to the other side of the field. Central will be taking the ball for a passing play, it looks like.
Ooh, off the crossbar. Fiery offensive start here from the Central Knights, putting the pressure on Mandan.
Looking like Central really want to get this game started off hot. They are coming in with a lot of pressure and a lot of aggression. They are setting up an air double tap. Amazing save by Mandan.
Central just staying on this pressure, Justin. Another shot follow-up. That one missing the mark just off to the left. But, I mean, continuous pressure. Name of the game right now from the Central Knights. Ball is barely coming past midfield. They are just on it right now.
Central's trying to set up a passing play off the corner. Looks like it won't work out this time, but we are seeing a lot of possession by Central over in the Mandan side of the field. I think Mandan's going to really need to start picking up on the pressure here if they want to keep up. But
oh, nice pass out front in a big-time answer. Perfect timing for your recent comment there. They put on that pressure. They get the ball to the corner. A beautiful centering play. And they find the answer. Mandan tied up at 1 goal apiece, just over halfway of the game time left in game number 1.
Yeah, and what a beautiful passing play we saw, finished off by Shirado there. Does look like Central are going to start with possession again in the Mandan side. Almost able to force a goal, but good defense by Mandan. Central taking another shot opportunity. Might just slip in.
Oh my,
no,
double post. Both ends, man. Craziness coming through.
Looks like Central will have to reset a little bit here. Kind of have to recoup some of their players. They do go for a bump play. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do much with this. They offer themselves a little bit of time with a back pass.
Good pressure now from Mandan. Back and forth, though. Very, very evenly matched game 1 here. It's feeling like, Justin. Both teams giving it a very solid effort here to open up this series.
Absolutely, Scap. It looks like we are seeing a lot of pressure
nice
from
shot.
both teams. What a save on Mandan's side. These teams are unrelenting. They really want this. You can tell. Looks like
Central. What a finesse shot there from the chef. He strikes. Beautiful ball up top. Goes up to get it and drops it back on the short side corner. Neither goaltender expecting that was going to be the angle that Chef took, and he just cooked up a masterpiece.
Kickoff goes the way of Mandan this time. So, I believe that's their first kickoff win. Could be wrong, but Central happy to play it back to the Mandan side, though. Mandan clearing it to the sidewall. Does look like Central's going to go for a little bit of an aerial passing play. Does get sent over to the corner by Mandan. Mandan, just like that, out, or how do I pronounce that name?
I mean, big time answer. Now we're tied up at 2 goals apiece here, Justin. Anybody's game, just under a minute marker left in the game. Both players whiffing on the kickoff. That was interesting. Left a wide open scoring chance for Mandan, but luckily save comes through for the Knights.
Absolutely. But it looks like they've regathered their bearings. Central going for another kind of aggressive play towards the Mandan side. Mandan is able to clear it, though, get it out of that zone. They do not want any of that. And then taking it up the sidewall here. Looks like Central's going to try get something started. Doesn't look like it's going to go too perfectly, though. They do get the clear.
10 seconds on the clock here, Justin. Coming down to the wire. 1 goal going to be the difference maker here.
Can we get anything started on the Mandan side here? One last attempt.
OT called for game number 1 of the series. Golden goal. Gonna be the difference maker here. Who's it gonna be? It's been the Knights to gather and gain that lead multiple times. It's been Mandan forced to answer, right? So Mandan gonna have to flip the script and find this goal, which would be the first time in the series so far, right? They've kind of been on the back foot, it's felt like. Just a little bit behind the Central Knights. Big shot, and it's going to be a top right snipe from Amethyst Nuke. Beautiful play off the half wall. Mandan trying to clear, but that ball still well in harm's way, and a beautiful follow-up from Amethyst to find game number 1 in favor of the Knights.
That was a really, really strong first look from both teams, I think. Central really trying to, focus on a lot more of the aggressive kind of play style, just pound the ball towards the net over and over and over. Seemed to be working pretty well for most of the game. Mandan kind of taking that more passive and even like more counterattack kind of style of play you saw there. They would, kind of attempt to take the missed shot opportunities by Grand Forks and just try turn it around to their best ability and see if they could catch one of the last men kind of on the back foot. And I think that was a really strong game.
I'd agree. I think both teams played a very well played game. I think Mandan was just a little bit on the back foot in terms of the amount of pressure that we saw from Grand Forks. So if Mandan can just pick it up just a tad, just a hair of a bit more, I think that this one could be just as close of a game as we saw in game number 1. Oh, big opportunity, though, off the rip. And it's J-Tron again to open up the scoring in favor of Grand Forks off of a favorable kickoff. And goaltender was right there, but J-Tron coming out on the 50 there, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really strong from them. They understood immediately when that ball went in the air what the plan was. They needed to just force that because the defender was not in a great position to stop it. Does look like Mandan really wants to get their revenge on this. Goes for a shot. Gerardo coming out on top.
Wow.
This is a 1-1 game.
Yeah, it's a shoot-off right from the get-go here. Not even 15 seconds in, folks, and we've already seen a goal on both sides. Both teams, not willing to budge, right? This is going to be a close series all the way through.
Absolutely. Kickoff goes on the side of Central. Mandan are able to take possession of it pretty early on. Central taking it to the Mandan left corner. Will have to retreat off the ball. Mandan will take a play upfield, try to get a shot on net. Is well defended by Amethyst.
Good ball here coming back out front. No, Grand Forks caught in their defensive zone for a little bit longer than we're used to seeing here. Mandan going to push this one back into the offensive side of things. Nice ball out front. Could lead to a scoring opportunity. Shot will go towards the net. Chef good with the save.
Mandan trying to take a little more aggression over to the Mandan side. Looks like Mandan is going to keep trying to just force the issue. Put Central in awkward spots. Looks like the name of the game right now. Central will get a clear, but Mandan keeping it in. Does look like they're going to try force a demo play here. Works out just like that.
Wow. Big
Action
time
Jackson.
goal. And this time it's Mandan taking that lead, right? One of the first times we've seen them with a lead early on in this one. Game number 2, still a lot of game time left here, Justin. 3 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock, but a very good sign from the Mandan side of things.
Absolutely. I mean, you can just see how close this game
goodness.
is. Just
Okay.
like that.
Immediate answer.
Tying up the game with just a beauty.
Yeah, beautiful aerial play, swerving around the defender. Gets bumped at the end, but it's too little too late. Ball's course was already set for the back of the goal, and we have ourselves a tied-up game at 2s.
For sure. Looks like the ball's going to go to the side of Central. We are going to see a mid-air demo.
That's fire.
Central's looking for a kind of like a back pass opportunity.
Oh!
It works out. Player was not ready, and Gerardo capitalizing.
Dude, what an action-packed game. We got mid-air demo, fast-paced gameplay. This is what you love to see if you're an avid fan of Rocket League. And, I mean, another immediate answer from Mandan, not backing down an inch.
Yeah, I mean, this is just looking to be really,
my.
good from both teams.
Okay, dude, that was almost another answer. Yeah, like, these teams are wicked. You were not wrong with your original consensus on what we were going to be seeing in this first series. An action-packed, very even game between these two squads.
Yeah, you can just see the mechanical prowess coming out from every single one of these players on the field. Everyone looks like they can be the difference maker. And Gerardo says, here, I'll take it. And he just sends the
beautiful
ball into the back
setup
of the net.
to himself, crossbar down and taps it in home. 4-2 now. Mandan with a 2-goal lead, adding some insurance to their current lead as it stands. 4-2 now, just over halfway left in game number 2, but it's Mandan with a commanding lead as it stands.
Does look like Mandan are going to try force it over to the central zone for another little attempt. Does look like Central are going to clear it out of their way. They do not want to give up another goal. If they can force another issue like they were doing so well in the first game, this is still very winnable for them. Caught on very little boost. Teammate comes in for the save on Central. Does look like Mandan is still just holding pressure in the zone. They know they don't really have to force a goal here because they're already up. So if Mandan can kind of just keep the ball in the air and stall time, I mean, we're looking at a fairly shut game.
Yeah, I mean, Mandan have a very good spot to be at right now as it stands. The pressure is on this Grand Forks squad to pull it back here. 1:30 on the clock, so time is available, like we've said, but the hard part is finding that back of the goal, especially when Mandan has been on fire in this game number 2 and playing the way that they have.
Absolutely. You can just see the synergy clicking with these players. It just goes from one player to the next. We see a bump play going on there. Shot's not placed on, target there, but you still see that synergy coming out from the players. It's just so strong. It seems like everything they do just works, and that's a strong sign.
I do like what I've been seeing, man. This has been a tight one so far. Mandan looking to even up the series at 1 game apiece. Only 40 seconds remaining now in game number 2, and it's still that 2-goal advantage the way of the Red Squad. Ooh, fake shot attempt. Crossbar down, Gerardo. 4 goals in this game number 2. What a wicked performance coming out from this player.
Absolutely. This guy is on fire. Central's really going to have to do something about this. They need to shut him down because right now he's doing too much.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to make feel a little uncomfortable. We saw pressure nonstop from Grand Forks and the Knights side of things in game number 1, but this game number 2 has kind of felt like a flipping of the script, right? It's been the opposite. Mandan leading the charge, applying that pressure, taking away time and space. And I mean, the game plan definitely came through here in the second game of this series.
For sure. It does look like this game will be coming to a close. I mean, absolutely great showing by Mandan. They may have lost the first game, but they are not out of this match. 4 goals by Shirado there. That was a stellar performance from him.
Yeah, what a performance and what a showing in game number 2 here for the side of the Mandan Braves, making it happen. I mean, you can see the shot differential is one of the biggest highlights for me in this second game. 3 shots to the 10 that Mandan put up. It was just a complete flip-flop in terms of who was leading and pressuring more.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't want to, shy away from the fact that this was still a close game despite the scoreline. You saw many really good attempts from Central at trying to force, really nice double taps and team plays. They just weren't clicking like they were in the first game, and that left a lot of openings for Mandan, because what was working so well in the first game was Central were getting these really nice attacks, but they were all connecting. And that was making it so they couldn't have any gaps in their formation. But Mandan, once they noticed these errors in the setup and they were able to kind of like take them apart, that's when we saw a lot of goals coming in. So 1-1 is the scoreline for this series so far. And it looks like Mandan starting off with a kickoff win.
Here we go. Tied up at 1 apiece, and this time it's Amethyst Nuke getting it going for Grand Forks, only taking 8 seconds in this one, Justin. And Grand Forks right back to an early game lead here in game number 3.
Absolutely, and that was a great pass from Chef. It was just really nice play. Central, they did not like how that last game ended. They're not letting it happen again. Looks like they will be taking pressure over towards the Mandan side. Does look like Jatron is going to try to challenge this ball. Fakes the challenge. Mandan's going to clear it over to the Central side. Jatron taking it for an airplay, trying to get a bump now. Does look like Amethyst has a shot. Will go high. We see a demo play come out from Central, and the Chef capitalizes. That was a super nice play.
Yeah, big time play. Big takeaway, right? A turnover immediately resulting in a goal. You also see a demo after he forced that turnover. So heads up play coming through for Grand Forks. Fired up after that second game loss, and right now coming right back to it with that fire that we witnessed in game number 1.
Absolutely. I mean, this Central team.
Opportunity. Oh, and a crucial save at that, Justin. That could have been a 3-0 deficit in under a minute of play.
Yeah, this team is looking scary, but I mean, by no means is Mandan out of this. That was an amazing save, and they're looking like they want a goal of their own here soon. Keeping some pressure over towards the Central side. Does look like they're going to try to take a 50. Gets cleared over to the Mandan side, but they want that possession back. Central takes a shot. Does get blocked. Action going for an airplay.
Defended nicely. Grand Forks doing a much better job here in game number 3, right? This looks way more like the team that we saw in game number 1. Not letting Mandan lead the charge, not letting them get the better of them on these loose balls or winning the races to 50s. The aggression has revved up and ramped up to an extreme level. And I mean, you can just see it and feel it in the play.
Team Mandan trying to take a possession of the ball. Does get it past 1. Jatron going a little high there. Grand Forks trying to force a goal, and it sneaks in. The Chef getting a nice angle out of the corner.
Yeah, I mean, basically pinched it in off the defender, bouncing towards the goal, trying to go and make that save, but it was just a little too in tight. Goes up off the crossbar into their own goal, and now we have a 3-0 lead for the side of Grand Forks, getting off to a great start here in game number 3, Justin.
Absolutely. Grand Forks looks like they came to play, and not only that, they came to win. They are looking strong. We get a pinch over towards the Mandan side of the field. We are going to see a back pass.
I like that, and a nice shot to follow that up, but defended nicely by Chef.
Chef was just already in the air. He's ready. This team, you can see the communication coming through. There haven't been any double commits. It just looks like they're ready and they're
dialed,
wanting
bro. They're
to
dialed.
go.
Nice demo coming through. And I think Mandan's side needs to do more of those kind of demolition plays. Keep that aggression up, right? Make Grand Forks a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, part of what was working so well in that game too was just the synergy of their well-timed attacks, along with the fact that there just wasn't a defender in net because they already killed him.
Yeah. Make a play, finish the play out by trying to look to take out a car on your way rotating out or falling back to goal, whatever it may be. Disruption is a big part of the game when it comes down to it. Whether it's just a bump or a complete demo, like it can be either, and it's J-Tron making it a 4-goal lead now. Grand Forks firing on all cylinders here, Justin.
Yeah,
big
absolute
takeaway.
Disaster from Mandan there. That was just kind of wrong place, wrong time. He caught the ball and didn't notice that there was a challenge coming in from Central, and it just snuck right in. Central taking early possession again. Mandan will be taken to their corner. Does look like we are going to get a shot attempt. Amethyst is up for that. Atron gonna look for a setup for Chef. Amethyst in the air. Pass over to Chef, I believe. Almost a connected goal attempt. Does look like Mandan are going to try get it out of their zone. They do not like this pressure, and it looks like they're kind of falling apart. Hard to deal with all of the incoming pressure. I mean, Central is just really getting in there and just causing chaos.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like an absolute meltdown compared to what we just saw in the last game, right? The latter was looking like Mandan leading the charge, always first to those loose balls, winning the races, whatever it may be. But this time, the script is back to another flipping, right? Back to kind of what we saw in game 1. However, game 1 was close. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of matching energy. This time, it has been the Grand Forks side of things getting the better of Mandan, and the scoreboard is showing it.
Absolutely. Mandan really want to stay alive in this series. In this next game, they're going to really have to show up here the way they did game 2. It was a lot of pressure, and this game they were just kind of doing too much. You know, you saw a lot of dive attempts. You saw a couple oversteppings that just left their backline just really weak and susceptible to quick shots. I mean, Central, they just looked dominant.
Yeah, very good showing there in game number 3. They will reclaim series lead now, 2-1 in the series total, forcing match point now over towards the side of Mandan. And you can see, I mean, the team that's leading these shot counts and these shot tallies has really been the team that is finding the most success. We got a total of 8 shots coming through this game for the side of Central. On the opposite, it's just a 3 lone shots, 2 of them coming from Sherrado, 1 from Action Jackson. So failing to really get that offensive ball rolling here in this 3rd game of this series, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, this just really looked like an absolute masterclass of a game by Central. We saw just them kind of picking apart Mandan, really just taking advantage of the fact that Mandan was either being way too aggressive at times or way too passive. With the aggression, they were able to just kind of take their time and just let Mandan bring the ball to them. And when they were being passive, they just took it for themselves and made the plays they needed to make. Does look like it will be a kickoff win, but does end up in possession of the Central players. Mandan trying to force an early goal is really close. They're going to try another pass.
I feel like Mandan have to find some early success here, especially after that kind of gross feeling that you kind of get left with after that game 3. You get shut out, you lose 5-0. It's been a close back and forth series for each game except that one. That's kind of the outlier right now. And it's definitely got Mandan feeling a little bit upset. And you can kind of see that fire coming out of the gates here in game number 4.
Absolutely. It's kind of just that bitter taste that you kind of feel like the game's slipping away from you, and you just want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And you can see they're coming out with a lot more fire right now. They're beating challenges, making, 50s look convincing.
Good
right
takeaway.
there.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it, right? Challenging, contesting, no freebies at this point. You know it's match and series point. Mandan got to be on the A game, but here's a big opportunity for the side of Grand Forks.
And that right there, we see a good couple 50s from Mandan back to back. We're saying they needed.
Oh, that was close. That was close.
From Central. It does look like Mandan are going to try take it for another team play. They do get it past one of the defenders. Another good 50 coming out from Mandan. But a demo on the Central side.
Back and forth we go. Both these squads know what is at stake. Match and series point favoring the likes of Grand Forks. Good opportunity, though, and a much, much better showing off the rip here in game number 4 for Mandan. But opportunity back the other way. Save at the goal line. Remarkable effort coming through from Mandan.
Absolutely stunning save on the goal line. They needed that bad, and it was a good save, too. We see a lot of pressure coming in from Grand Forks. They want this series to be done. It looks like they're really just trying to force a goal here because at the end of the day, we've seen what it looks like when they have the lead.
That's a big time play. The double taps have been on point here for the side of Grand Forks in this series.
Looks like there was a bit of an overextension there by Central, but it wasn't punished immediately by Mandan, allowing the Central players to get back. Central will make a sidewall play over to the back to their side, a back pass. And it looks like Chef is going to take it for another.
Oh, bar out.
Bar down.
Another crossbar.
Too many crossbars. I think we've seen 3 in the last minute of play.
Yeah, that crossbar might not be regulation. They might have extended it just a tad. Grand Forks somehow, the 4th defender, keeping them out of it. Craziness, my friend. Another opportunity now. Mandan, the force play all the way to the goal line and forcing it past the goaltender. Basically, the slam up the middle. Contested, met at the goal line, but the follow through there. And it's Mandan finding a much needed first goal here in this 4th game of this series.
Yeah, and I mean, absolutely amazing from OJ there. We see Central taking it up the wall down for a passing play. Does look like Mandan are there for the stop. And this is exactly what I mean when we're talking about, that kind of aggression that they need. They can't be passive all the time, but they don't want to get too aggressive. And meeting those 50s there are huge, big time moments. And then going for a little bit of an airplay here. They do lose it to their corner, but it does look like they are going to be in possession of the ball. So it's not a bad thing for them. Amethyst Nuke lurking up the field, maybe waiting for a pass. Does look like it will be a Mandan shot attempt.
Final minute here, Justin. A 1-0 lead still for Mandan. It's going to be pressure on the side of Central if they want to claw their way back into this.
Absolutely. And you just see Mandan, they know that they have time. Like, they are the ones with pressure. You can see they started, they're playing slower when they have the ball, which is exactly what they need to do right now. They don't need to force anything, because at the end of the day, if you're up 1 goal when that clock hits 0, you win the game. A ceiling play.
Oh, big time goal from Chef at the 22 second marker to even us up at ones here, Justin. And a hero play was required and called upon, and the Chef delivers.
We see a ceiling or a reset off the ceiling, flick down, and a tragic own goal on the Mandan side. Does look like there might be an open shot attempt for Central here, but Mandan do stop it. They are going to clear it over to the Central side. Mandan trying to meet Central in the air for this ball. They do not want that going in their net. Mandan are able to keep it in the air, but it does go down.
Here we go. Overtime required. This could be the end of the series if Mandan can't convert.
Really good save by the Central side here. Looks like they're trying to get some pressure of their own. They do get a demo. Possibly even a center here.
Yeah, this one could go either way, Justin. Both teams getting some major opportunities in this one.
Absolutely. Looks like Central is going to try to take it away from their net. Just going for a clear here. Not really going for a shot attempt, but they're just looking for some time to recoup. They will be going for a play kind of towards their own, or towards the Mandan net, sorry. Looks like they're slowing the game down. They kind of want to just take possession here, not lose it. They don't want to give Mandan the free ball. And it looks like just like that, Amethyst Nuke shutting out the series.
That's exactly what it looks like. Ball back into the zone, a takeaway. Takeaways and turnovers have been the name of this series. They've led to countless goal and scoring opportunities. And it is the side of the Central Knights that will claim this series in a 3-1 fashion. Very close back and forth series. Main outlier that we saw was that game 3 of Central just coming out and dominating throughout it. But overall, a very back and forth series, Justin. And you couldn't have really asked for a better starting matchup between our two squads. I think both teams delivered handedly on the server.
Absolutely. I mean, you saw like games 1 and 3 there from Central were just really dominant on the side of, you know, just trying to force the issue, get some pressure going, get the ball in the back of the net. They were really excelling in those games. And Mandan, I mean, credit to them. They played an amazing series as well. Just, you know, happened to go the way of Central, and sometimes that's just the way it goes. I mean, not a lot you can do about it sometimes. It's going to be a tough loss, but I think that's one you can grow from. That's a really, really good game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there wholeheartedly. Mandan played a heck of a series. It didn't go their way today, but that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. Grand Forks looked great, right? Game 2, a little bit of a hiccup, but they immediately adjusted and made the fixes necessary to kind of come out on top and find that victory. So series 1 is dusted. It is Grand Forks Central Knights taking it in a 3-1 fashion. We still have one more game on the cards for you folks. The Supersonic Blue Jays taking on Fargo Rocket League Alpha. So go grab some snacks, load up on the drink, hit the restroom, whatever you got to do. When we come back, more Fenworks Rocket League after the break.
Life isn't one size fits all, and college shouldn't be either. The University of North Dakota is consistently ranked the best value in the Midwest. That means whatever you decide to study, you know it'll be worth it. A better job, less debt, and ready for whatever comes next. Because there's one thing we all have in common. We lead our own way.
We had an old router go out, which prevented us from sending live data to the other offices. We heard SDN might have a fix. They got our configurations, delivered a router. We were operational the next day.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, we still have 10 seconds or so. Maybe make the logo 3D and spin it fast because, you know, the network uptime.
Nice side B. Okay. Wait, yeah, just carry him. Put him on the pain train. Smash HP. He just yoinks that game.
Not quite able to get anything done with that. Bri possibly going for a double tap off the backboard! And able to get a score off the top.
Both are very low. I think they're both 1 HP. Doesn't know where the...
Oh! Snap! TMR for the clutch!
Charging into your future as a Lancer is about meaningful relationships, learning at the crossroads of history and innovation, championing one another's success, and empowering every student to achieve their dreams. We are a community that knows one another by name, offers the quality education needed to get the most out of life, and the friendships that support us throughout the journey. We hold tight to a legacy of pioneering, knowing that by honoring our values, we can charge into our futures together and become the purpose-minded people that change the world. Becoming a Lancer is about more than academics. It's about discovering your passion and feeling at home.
Roseville will find their golden moment. 9 moments of the round. Rodastic into his own demise, and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles.
Very close here. Very nice spot dodge going through that. And fair!
Go straight in, go wide, but Flo able to get the rebound, and Egan has a 2-goal lead right. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some health. We'll go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your MNBL 2023 Fall State champions.
Where are you going? Or maybe a better question is, how far do you want to go? And how fast do you want to get there? Now we're getting somewhere. So let's go. Let's go faster. Let's go further. Let's go beyond.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fenworks official stream. I'm your host, Skeptor. Joining me on the desk is my man, Justin. Before we get into game number 2, I want to give a quick shout out to all of our wonderful sponsors here at Fenworks, that being Broadband Association of North Dakota, SDN Communications, University of North Dakota, Minot State University, Eastern Wyoming College, Bethany Lutheran College, and then Midco and Verbero. So big ups to all of our wonderful sponsors for allowing us to do what we do and kind of give us this space and our players this opportunity to kind of play in this league. So wonderful that for everything that they have done for us. But now, without further ado, we got to get back into the action. We've got the Supersonic Blue Jays taking on Fargo Rocket League Alpha. Justin, what's the insight that you have for us going into this second game of the day?
I think this is going to be a pretty solid game. I haven't gotten to play Fargo yet, but I have played the Supersonic Blue Jays. Pretty strong team. And, okay, it does look like we got the usernames updated.
Yep.
We got Dubs Edge, Back to the Lobby for You, Rogue Killer, Fling Cat, Logal Builds, and Sinopro. And I can say Jamestown is a pretty competent team. They're fairly good. So, I mean, we've had the pleasure of playing them as well. Good team. I'm excited. I think this is going to be another good game.
Let's go, man. I think that's exactly what the people are looking for. A good game, a tight game. We got Jamestown taking on Fargo Public Schools. Should be an interesting one. Logo advantage. I'm going to lean the way of the Blue Jays. I like kind of what we got going down there on the bottom logo. The bear with the Spartan Centurion helmet with like the angel wings as well. But it's also a little bit, there's a lot going on there. You know, no hate. It's still a good one.
I could totally see what you're saying there. Yeah. Well,
Isn't it?
Kind
Yeah.
of a lot going on, but
Yeah.
I think I like the simplicity of the Blue Jays there.
I like it, though. Good logos on both squads here. Let's see how both teams lay it down on the server.
Looks like we're getting some early pressure by Fargo. Does go a little high of the net, but that's always fine. Pretty early on in the game, so.
Yeah, Fargo applying that pressure, like you've said. Ball has been in this Blue Jays zone for a majority of the start here. Back pass back to their goaltender. Nice long clear opportunity now going right over the defenders, Justin, and a nice prime scoring opportunity for Fargo. Denied close to the goal.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a shot from the
Ooh!
Blue Jays. In it goes.
Okay,
and,
that's
I mean,
interesting,
That's
man.
a nice shot.
Almost like 50 seconds of gameplay. The ball was in the Blue Jays zone the entirety of it. But then all it takes is one little moment, an opportunity, a little bit of a lacking of goaltending, or the rotations were off on Fargo's side because, I mean, that was just a wide open look at the goal from Jamestown.
Yeah, I think Fargo got a little too used to being the aggressors on that one. And Jamestown found an opening in the defense, and they just got a really nice counterattack. It looks like they're going to do the exact same thing a second time. Dub's edge both times. I mean, this guy's looking like he's got it.
Yeah, good start here. Jamestown, after kind of dealing with that pressure, being forced back into their zone quite a bit, they turn it on its head. They find 2 unanswered goals now and find themselves up 2-0. Oh, make it 3? Wow, what an opportunity. Goes off the post.
Super, super close shot there. Does look like Jamestown is going to try keep the pressure. Maybe another shot opportunity coming in soon. We see a nice shot. Good save, though, on the end of Fargo. Feline does look like she's going to be able to get a little bit of pressure on the ball. Will move back. Jamestown going for a shot on net. Does get cleared. Dub's edge trying to keep it over in this Fargo end.
Yeah, Fargo got to get back to that offense that we were seeing early on there, Justin. They were applying that pressure and they were close on a couple opportunities, just could not quite find that finish.
Absolutely. It looks like ball's kind of just lingering in front of the Jamestown net, but they were able to get a good clear off of it. Looks like they'll be going for another. Fargo Public Schools will take possession, kind of send it back to the Jamestown side, but not for long. Fargo will try to take it for a solo play here.
Good opportunity out front. Ball was centered nicely, but the follow-up denied from the Jamestown defenders. Ooh, high shot off the crossbar.
Super close shot there. Beeline going for another shot here. Does look like Jamestown is going to take possession a little more here.
A little bit of an untimely miss there, but still opportunity arising for Jamestown.
Not able to force a goal here, but are going to have to go back to their net just kind of to relieve some pressure on the defenders. Fargo going for a little bit of a setup in the air here. Center doesn't work out. Jamestown will clear it to their own corner. Jamestown with a solo play is able to come in. Dub's edge for his 3rd of the game. That's a hat trick.
That's wild. You see that, a little bit of a team bump coming through from Fargo. Displaces one of the defenders, only one player back at the goal. And it's Dubs to find that 3rd goal of the game. Hat trick is out. I'm chucking my hat onto the field. Not actually. I like this hat. But you get what I'm saying. Jamestown.
Absolutely.
Okay,
This guy
Jamestown.
is on fire. Dub's Edge with his 4th of the game. 1:45 left.
Craziness from Jamestown. Lighten up this scoreboard. And by Jamestown, I mean Dub's Edge, right? Because he's all 4 of the Genos for this squad as it stands. Overall, wicked start here from the boys in blue. 140 to play. And it seems as though Fargo kind of on the outside looking in for this game number 1.
Absolutely. They're going to need to turn it around a little bit in order to get back into this game. But it does look like Jamestown, they just really, really want to keep this game where it's at. Fargo will get a scoring opportunity. Doesn't go their way, though. And Jamestown gets another clear. I mean, we can see from the Jamestown end, it just really looks like they're pretty solid at keeping the possession of the ball. I mean, you've seen it mostly with Dub's Edge, but I mean, even all of the players, when they get the ball, they kind of just understand that keeping it close to them is just kind of the right play. Fargo has yet to come up with an answer for it. Jamestown getting it to the side wall, but Fargo is going to clear it out of their end. Looks like they're going to play it up the wall here. Eline on the ball. Does not get the touch she really wants there. And off of that, Jamestown is probably going to be able to clear the ball here.
Yeah, Jamestown leading by example in this first game of this series here, Justin. Fargo not finding any kind of answer and not breaking that ice barrier of that shutout performance so far, right? So that one's kind of got a sting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 10 seconds left in this game. They're just seeing if they can add insult to injury with the last goal. Fargo shutting that opportunity down, say, no way, Jose, and we're going on to game 2. Jamestown, though, with a convincing game win. Or game 1 win. Sorry about that.
Yeah, very well played game from Jamestown, going up 4-0 and taking that first one of this series. And I mean, really off the back of a monster game from Dubs. 4 goals, 6 shots on net from this individual. And I mean, not to mention, both his teammates combined for another 6 shots at that. So very well played here from Jamestown to open up the series.
Absolutely. I mean, we just saw a lot of possession on the side of Jamestown, especially with Dub's Edge, really just able to kind of force a lot of the goals that happened there. Does look like Fargo is going to start the game off with the ball in their end. The ball will end up in the Jamestown end here. But Fargo, I mean, does look like they're coming out with a little more fire here. Trying to get a little more pressure going.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see Fargo. They started it out with the pressure last game, but this time it's Jamestown getting right back to where they left off, Justin, finding that opening goal and taking this game to lead early on.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't Dubs, which is a good sign from Jamestown, right?
Yeah.
Other people hopping on that score sheet.
Really just showing that all of the players are firing on all cylinders today. I mean, we just see some really, really nice opportunities from Jamestown, but Fargo answering back. Gashiro gets one of his own.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, though, for Fargo, right? Able to find that get-back goal, tying this one up at 1 apiece early on. And it also just reestablishes and gets the morale back in their favor, knowing that they can score and it is possible to kind of battle their way back into this. We'll see how it continues here, but a lot of time left in game number 2.
Absolutely. It's nice to get a good momentum shifting kind of goal like that without letting Jamestown get too far ahead, because a loss like last game, that's just a real stinger. But if you can get Fargo...
big shot! That was a beauty!
Even with a lead, I mean, this is just a whole different game.
Yeah, beautiful.
Fargo's looking strong now.
Beautiful pass off the back wall. The follow-up angle was nasty, but finding the precision on that shot to put it far side post and in. Beautiful goal from Fargo. They find themselves up 2-1 now in game number 2 of this series.
Looks like Jamestown will be challenging Fargo on their possession. Not sure if they have the greatest hold. Jamestown trying to force another goal. They do not like the fact that they're down after the win they just had. So they're going to try, get some possession of their own, let Fargo play their game, and just see if they can get away with anything here.
Here we go. All 3 Jamestown Blue Jays contesting that. Rarity to see that many defenders going after one player, but can guarantee that shot will not be getting past.
Absolutely. I mean, Jamestown, they're really looking like they're just trying to force as many of these opportunities as you can. And I mean, if you think about it, you send enough shots at the net, one of them's bound to go in, right?
Absolutely.
I think Fargo really needs to kind of just keep the ball out of their zone. They're kind of letting Jamestown, get away with a fair amount of challenges. Good 50 on the side of Fargo. Does get cleared by the corner. Jamestown going for another shot. Does get cleared by Fargo. That might be in the net.
Yeah, it's an opportunity now coming back the other way. And it's a beautiful Gino Gashiro going to put that one away. Top corner. Perfect placement. And this time it's Fargo up 3-1 now. Just under the halfway marker in game number 2 here, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really nice shot by Fargo. They are not happy about the way that they lost that last game. They are trying to climb it back, and they're looking pretty strong now. They got their momentum built up, and they're looking pretty confident.
Yeah, the pace of play has definitely taken a step up now, it's feeling like.
Absolutely. Attempted aerial pass from the side of Fargo does get defended by Jamestown, and Jamestown will be clearing it back over to the Fargo side.
Good opportunity now. Oh, Jamestown committing pretty hard to keep this one in the zone. Most of their players are up.
Fargo will get a clear and all the way into the back of the Jamestown side. They are going to see if they can force a shot here. Feline, well placed, top left. I mean, these guys look like a different team.
Yeah, beautiful shot coming through for Feline. She finds the perfect spot. Goaltender tries to go up, but a little bit too slow on the jump up. The placement was perfect, and it's Fargo looking like a completely different team in this game number 2 here, Justin.
I mean, absolutely. This Fargo team is looking good right now. It looks like if they can keep this up, this series is looking good as tied. Jamestown will be able to take pressure off the end of that Fargo challenge. Big possession coming up from Fargo. They are going to deny the clear up field, and another one just escapes its way in by Blugel. I mean, that's just an unlucky touch by the Jamestown defender. Does look like Fargo's kind of starting to run away with this game.
Yeah, I mean, Fargo are looking like a completely different team here in this second game, Justin. Kind of doing what Jamestown did to them in game number 1, right? Granted, no shutout this time. Wow! Gashiro, another top cheddar, Bardowski. That's filthy work coming out from him. Look at this shot. Perfectly placed, bar down, and it's immediately in, I think before it even touched the ground. So, pretty much impossible to defend that one unless you're already up.
Yeah, this team, they want revenge. It's not about just winning the game now. It's about revenge for that last game. They knew they didn't show their true potential that round.
Absolutely.
They're showing it here.
Yeah, it's about sending a message. That's what we are seeing from the side of Fargo. 6-1 now in this game number 2. Almost certainly looking at an evened up series after 2 games of play. And excited to see where this series is going to go and where it's going to grow to, honestly, because both teams having a very dominant win in games 1 and 2. Feline going to add another one to her team's tally. Nicely done there. We have the Brazil in the chat. Any fellow Brazil enjoyers know what I'm saying. Because
Yeah,
you gotta be in the Rocket League know how to kind of understand that one. But anyways, I digress.
Absolutely. I
Good
mean,
stuff though coming out from Fargo, my man.
for sure, Fargo. I mean, starting game 2, 7-1. If you would have told me Jamestown won the last game as convincingly as they did, I would have thought you were crazy. I mean, this is looking like an absolute meltdown.
Yeah, and I mean, the interesting thing about Rocket League is like this is a game where you can see teams kind of completely take that turn, right? It looks almost like these weren't the same two teams that we just watched in game number 1, right? But I mean, they are. Nobody swapped out. Nobody was substituted. I mean, it's the same exact rosters that we watched in that first game. But this time, it was all Fargo. And I mean, the big thing to note, look at the shot differential, Justin. My goodness.
Yeah, we got, I mean,
10-1? Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's not going to be a pretty.
that's crazy.
It's not going to be a pretty game if one team's getting double-digit shots and the other team's only stuck to that one shot. So it's going to be on the side of Jamestown to really bring that offense back to life, kind of like we saw in game number 1. Otherwise, Fargo looking like the team to beat right now in this series, just solely based on that last game.
Yeah, I mean, after such an amazing showing by Jamestown in the first game, somehow game 3, they're the ones that are going to have to rebuild mental. Does look like Fargo will be taking it up the sidewall, maybe going for a passing play here. Does connect. Lands down on the Jamestown side. Jamestown's going to have to get this out of their side. Does look like Fargo is going to play it a little bit towards the mid. Hope and a teammate can get to it, but doesn't really look like that's the case.
Good ball for Fargo. A big-time opportunity on an aerial pass. Doesn't quite land it. And I think it's going to be on the side of Jamestown to find this opener here, Justin. They're the team that's seeming to be more in need of that kind of confidence booster or builder, rather, especially after the likes of how last game went.
For sure. Jamestown, they are going to need something big, and I think they're going to need it pretty early because, I mean, it's hard to compete when, you know, you end a game with as tough of a scoreline as 7-1. I mean,
yeah, it's got to sting, man. There's no question about it. I would not be feeling happy after a result like that. But the beauty of it being a best-of-5 series, you got to wipe it away, goldfish memory, get on to the next game because, I mean, that one can't really hurt you anymore. You know, it's in the past. It's happened. Time to figure out what we're going to do in the next game to find that success again.
yeah, absolutely. And I think we see that from Jamestown. They kind of understand that they need this kind of pressure because even last game, only having that one shot, but also having one goal, I think they have to realize here that even if they, you know, aren't maybe getting as many shot opportunities as they were the first game, their shots are still as lethal as they ever were. But Fargo, I mean, Feline Nebula really just pounding one away. She takes one for her team straight into Jamestown's net. And I mean,
yeah, finds that one. Beautiful goal. Fargo find that first one of this game number 3, which has kind of been the difference maker, right? We haven't seen a team be able to battle back yet in this series. So first goal, opening goal, is quite crucial as to how these matches have played out thus far.
Absolutely. We see Fargo take possession up the sidewall here. They are looking like they really want to keep getting more pressure. And
that's
I mean,
a freebie.
You just see, like, they see a gap in the defense, and immediately action is taken to just shut it down.
Yeah. And Jamestown a little bit overextended, not having that third guy back towards goal, a team bump as well to displace one of your members, and that results in an immediate punishment from the side of Fargo. 2-0 lead now here, Justin. And Fargo starting to get away with this one. Starting to kind of find their rhythm, find their game.
Absolutely. And Jamestown, they are starting to look almost like less confident than they were earlier. You can see right there. I mean, they're missing generally easier shots than they were hitting in the first game, and it almost looks like the pressure is kind of getting to them of,
Good
you
ball.
know, being down in the third game.
Yeah, I'd agree. Jamestown's offense has been kind of lackluster. We haven't seen as many good looks as you'd probably want to see comparatively to what we saw in game number 1. I mean, a 6-0 scoreline, right? So to kind of see the offense fall to what it's been the last 2 games now, Jamestown are going to have to reignite the flame, and there it is. I mean, as we're saying it, got to reignite that flame. They take advantage of a misplay, ball trying to pass it over to one of the teammates, but Jamestown there to take that one away and find the back of the goal. 2-1 now, only 1 goal behind for the side of Jamestown.
Yeah,
very
back
big
of
goal.
the goal by back to the lobby. I mean, it just looks like that might be the catalyst for restarting up this aggressive run from Jamestown. Now that they've gotten a goal, they can kind of get that feeling of we know what it feels like to win now, because they've gotten that, you know, they've gotten a little bit of that pressure back.
Yep.
This isn't just a clean sweep now from Fargo. There is competition.
When good opportunity. It's Dubs. We've seen a lot from them. Denied at the goal line. Just under a minute left here in game number 3, Justin. 1 goal ahead, and a clearing attempt goes awry. Feline tries to kick that one out of her own zone, ends up putting it too high up off the crossbar, and I mean, that's a freebie tap in for back to lobby if I've ever seen one. 2-2 now. We are all tied up under a minute of play, and the series also netted up at 1 apiece. Could not ask for a closer game 3, and a big-time opportunity for Jamestown does not go their way. Fargo now feeling that pressure.
Yeah, Jamestown, I mean, we see just an amazing opportunity by them there. It is going to sting that it doesn't go in, but they've shown themselves now, most importantly, that they can do it, and they're even going for demo plays here. They are a second one on the same player. They are really trying to just get this ball in the net. This team is looking almost back to their game 1 form, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely that you can see the confidence rising throughout how they've been playing in this game number 3. Closing couple seconds, overtime almost certain at this point. Ball is airborne though. Jamestown could get one more solid look if they keep it up. This is a dangerous spot for the side of Fargo. Shot will not go. And now it's overtime. Game number 3 going to be decided by a goal.
And the kickoff won by Fargo Public Schools. So it does look like they are going to start the game with a little bit of pressure, keeping it away from the Jamestown players.
Oh,
they might even be able to get a shot attempt going here.
Oh, goes up.
That's a double commit by the Jamestown defenders, though. Does look like it will get cleared anyway, and potentially even a opportunity on the Jamestown side here.
Good clear from Feline. That one's going to bounce out towards midfield. An opportunity now back the other way for Fargo. Gashiro, wide open goal, puts it where the goaltender can't reach. And it is Fargo to find back-to-back wins in this series. Beautifully placed pass from Feline. Gashiro goes out and grabs it. And it is Fargo to make it a 2-1 series lead in their favor. Very well played game 3 coming out from the Red Squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jamestown, that's got to sting a little bit. You see them kind of like getting back into their form and getting these shot opportunities, but then towards the latter half of the game, they kind of were losing it almost. Like they got the confidence to go for these, and then they wouldn't connect, and it was kind of starting to hinder them. And that's got to be tough because on one hand, yeah, they brought it back, but they weren't able to finish it out, and that's got to be kind of tough on the mental.
Absolutely. I mean, 2-1 series lead now. Fargo well in control. Jamestown battled back nicely in that game number 3, but the end result is not what they were looking for. And now it's an interesting position. Fargo firing on all cylinders. Confidence at an all-time high in this series, Justin. And their play is really starting to show it. Nice pass in off the back wall. Gashiro steps up. He's been the lead sniper for this Fargo squad and continues to deliver.
Yeah, I mean, Gashiro just absolute monster on the field right now, does not want to lose this game, and you can tell he's hungry for this win.
Very
Does
well
look like
played.
Jamestown is going to try fight it back to the Fargo side, but they aren't able to keep the pressure, so it will be sent back to the side of Jamestown here. A potential shot opportunity does not connect, though. Gashiro trying to kind of just set up more pressure. It looks like it will be a centered ball cleared by Jamestown.
Good ball into the corner. Fargo trying to set up this offensive work as they have done so many times before. 2-1 in this series, Justin. Match point favoring the likes of Fargo. Jamestown have to deliver if they want to extend the length of this series. But that's a tough miss. Off the post, opportunities for Fargo flooding through. Crossbar out front. Jamestown going to find the clear.
Really, really close opportunities by Fargo, but that's almost got to be a little annoying, you know, not getting those really, really close opportunities that you could argue should have maybe gone in, but doesn't look like it's going to let them phase, or doesn't look like it's going to let it phase them, and they're just going to keep going. I mean, this team is looking good right now.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Jamestown under halfway to play in game number 4, down a goal. They're going to have to find an answer pretty quick here, Justin, because we know Fargo is capable of putting up more than just one in any given game. So it's going to come down to the wire, but it's Fargo with the advantage and series lead as it stands.
Absolutely. I mean, Jamestown, they really need to get something started now if they want to stay in this series, because by the way it looks, I mean, Fargo, they are just keeping so much pressure, and they are sending some nice shots towards the back of the net. Another one almost attempted, but it is saved by Jamestown. We do see a potential shot opportunity here on the end of Jamestown. Ariel goes a little awry there.
Still 1-0. Just over 2 minutes left in this one. Jamestown know what's at stake here. Know they are facing that match point, so they're going to have to find some sort of offense. Otherwise, It'll be Fargo taking it in a 3-1 fashion.
Yeah, Jamestown looking just almost like they're not connecting with each other. We see some really, really good shot attempts by some of the players, but it just doesn't look like they're able to all start working on them at the exact same time. And it's starting to leave like vulnerable like holes in their defense.
Minute 20, the time just continuing to dwindle and tick away. Big opportunity off the post. Jamestown will find it.
Back to lobby. He gets the goal they needed.
Absolutely. Big takeaway again, Justin, right at the goal line. That one goes off the post, right out front, and back to lobby, right place, right time. Tie game, one each side with 1:25 to play, and a kickoff goal immediately is not what you want to see if you are rooting for the side of Jamestown. That one's got to sting.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Those are really, really hard to not let them break your mental, but that is one thing these Jamestown players cannot let happen. They cannot let that kickoff goal decide whether or not this game ends here. They are going to need to come back even harder now.
Yeah, they got to battle back, got to find a way to punch back into this one. It's 2-1 now. Fargo with that lead. Just over a minute left to play here. And Fargo, I mean, as long as they hold on, they will close out this series right here, right now. The pressure is all on the side of Jamestown. Down in the series, down in the scoreboard, and a big-time opportunity off the crossbar. Almost found the mark, almost added that insurance to the Fargo score lead.
Yeah, Fargo hopefully won't be kicking themselves later on that miss, but it looks like Jamestown might get a couple opportunities here. It will be sent back to their end. Gashiro's looking like he wants to shoot that. Does get cleared over towards the Fargo end.
30-second warning here, Justin. 2-1 lead. Jamestown have to find something Goal was open for a second, a little bit more force on that shot, and that one could have found its mark. Instead, we reached the 15-second marker, and Fargo still with that lead. Jamestown in trouble.
Absolutely. Fargo really just trying to keep it out of their zone. Looks like that might drop in.
Oh
and
my
Feline Nebula
goodness.
with an absolute heat seeker of a shot just dropped straight in, top shelf. I mean, what can the defender do about that?
That's a beautiful placement coming out from Feline. Gashiro sets it up to a spectacular play made from that Fargo offense, and that might be the nail in the coffin. 3-1 now, final 5 seconds, and Gashiro off the kickoff again for good measure. What plays coming through from this Fargo offense. They were not present in this first game of the series, getting absolutely blown to smithereens. But, I mean, that's all that it took to get them firing and playing the way that they had to find success here on the day, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see the mental resilience in this squad to get beat in the first game that handedly and then to come back with so much fire. I mean, that didn't even look like the same team. You could just see the dominance from Fargo after they had lost that first game. They did not want that happening again.
Yeah, I mean, 6-0, I believe, was the scoreline of that first one. It was all in favor of the Supersonic Blue Jays, but in the end, it is Fargo ripping 3 straight games and, I mean, making it happen, right? Offensively, they took over. They stopped allowing so many shot opportunities from the side of Jamestown. They started taking away that time and space, and, I mean, really showed, yeah, like you said, mental resilience, battling back into the series and finding that W on the day.
Yeah, I mean, you could just see from the players. I mean, they were not out after that first game. They really wanted it. Jamestown, it almost looked like they may have gotten a little
overzealous.
Yeah, overzealous. Yeah, thank you. Just kind of like maybe a little even complacent about the fact that they had won so handedly. They thought maybe the series was going to go much smoother for them, but it kind of looked like, you know, they let off a little bit. They stopped communicating as much. There was less team play, and from there it just crumbled. That gave, you know, Fargo an opening back into the series, and they were just able to take it from them.
Dude, the craziest thing about that series was like game 1, Fargo came out in the first game, and the whole first minute was played in the Jamestown defensive zone or offensive zone. No, defensive zone. They were back against the wall, defending shot attempt after shot attempt. So Fargo came out looking like the stronger or more dominant team, okay? But immediately it got flipped on its head. Jamestown go on that offensive run. They close out game 1, like you said, but the rest is history. I mean, Fargo make it happen. A very tight game 3, that separator that goes to overtime. Who knows if it's a different series, if Jamestown finds success in the OT, but nevertheless, well played to Fargo. They battle their way back and they find a 3-1 series victory, folks. We are done with Rocket League for the day. We are going to try to check out and see if we can get an interview lined up with one of our Fargo players. So don't go anywhere. Potentially a little bit more Rocket League action after the break.
Life isn't one size fits all, and college shouldn't be either. The University of North Dakota is consistently ranked the best value in the Midwest. That means whatever you decide to study, you know it'll be worth it. A better job, less debt, and ready for whatever comes next. Because there's one thing we all have in common. We lead our own way.
We had an old router go out, which prevented us from sending live data to the other offices. We heard SDN might have a fix. They got our configurations, delivered a router. We were operational the next day.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, we still have 10 seconds or so. Maybe make the logo 3D and spin it fast because, you know, the network. Uptime.
Nice side B. Okay. Wait, yeah, just carry him. Put him on the pain train. Smash HP. He just yoinks that game.
Not quite able to get anything done with that. Bri possibly going for double tap off the backboard! And able to get a score off the top.
Both are very low. I think they're both 1 HP. Doesn't know where they're...
Oh! Snap! TMR for the clutch!
Charging into your future as a Lancer is about meaningful relationships, learning at the crossroads of history and innovation, championing one another's success, and empowering every student to achieve their dreams. We are a community that knows one another by name, offers the quality education needed to get the most out of life, and the friendships that support us throughout the journey. We hold tight to a legacy of pioneering, knowing that by honoring our values, we can charge into our futures together and become the purpose-minded people that change the world. Becoming a Lancer is about more than academics. It's about discovering your passion and feeling at home.
Roseville will find their golden moment. 9 moments of the round. Audacity into his own demise, and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles.
Very close here. Very nice spot dodge going through that. And fair! Go straight in, go wide, but Flo able to get the rebound, and Eakin has a 2-goal lead right now. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some health. We'll go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your Evan BL 2023 Fall State champions.
Where are you going? Or maybe a better question is, how far do you want to go? And how fast do you want to get there? Now we're getting somewhere. So let's go. Let's go faster. Let's go further. Let's go beyond.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the closing segments of our Fenworks Rocket League stream here in week 5. Now joining us on the desk is Gashiro, who just put down a wicked performance for Fargo in that series. Welcome to the desk. Thanks for joining us, Gashiro. But for my first question for you, I want to know, you guys started that series with a pretty hard loss. What did you guys do and talk about to kind of stay dialed in and bring that series back?
Yeah, we noticed right away that a lot of the reason we were getting scored on was just because we were too far back and they were able to put a lot of pressure on us. So our main focus was to kind of push up the field more and put the pressure on them so that we could get the goals.
Well played. Yeah, I mean, that showed throughout your guys' play, so well done on that. Justin, what do you got for him?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm curious, what's your guys' team environment like?
Yeah, so I'd say it's super friendly, super cooperative. Sometimes it does make it harder to realize our mistakes because I feel like we can sometimes be a little, what's the word, like protective of each other. Like we don't want to go too harsh, but when it comes to the game, I think we can when we need to, and it helps us adapt to the other team, and that's how we were able to pull it out today.
Awesome. And then how long have you guys been grinding together? Because it looks like you guys have been playing for a while. Good amount of chemistry.
Yeah, so this is our second year together as a team. So last year we had the same exact team. We've been practicing since about I want to say it was November this year, October. And we practice like 3 or 4 days a week. So we play a lot outside of practice too. We get a lot of time in. So.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. You guys seem dialed. Justin and I didn't see too many like double commits. Your guys' spacing seemed very on point. Good rotations. My last question for you, Gashiro, would be, what are you guys kind of doing to kind of prep and make a potential state run a possibility for yourselves?
Yeah, I think we're every week we kind of just start playing with a clean slate. We just try to play off each other, and then when we notice mistakes, we fix them rather than going into it with certain things we're trying to improve on. And I feel like it allows for more consistent gameplay.
Nice. Well, I mean, you answered all the questions very professionally. We appreciate you hopping in. This is usually the time when we throw the mic back to you, a chance to give shout outs to friends, family, coaches, teammates, you name it. This time is yours. So enjoy.
Yeah, I know my mom, she's super supportive of me. I know not everyone has that. I'm grateful for that.
Big shout out to the mom.
Yeah, and then my coach, Mr. Reichenbach, he's awesome. It's definitely a friendly environment here, and it helps me to improve and play with my team. And then obviously my teammates. This is a very team-oriented game. You can't win with just one star player. You can't, even if you have a player that can make plays, it's still going to come down if you don't have good teammates. I think we play really well together, and if you traded any one of us out, we would definitely not have the same cooperative plays, and I think our passing plays have really improved.
Yeah, dude, you guys showed that on the server tonight without a doubt. Some big-time goals. So anything else?
I don't think so, no. Thank you.
Dude, very well said. Thank you again for joining us on the interview desk. We hope that you guys have a good rest of your season, and then, look forward to potentially seeing you guys at state.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you too, Gashiro.
You as well.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good rest of your week, and enjoy your weekend. Alrighty. Well, not too bad, Justin. Good interview. Very solid set of games coming through for, the day. We saw Fargo battle back in that series, come out with a 3-1 victory. And, overall, I thought we saw a very good set of Rocket League games today.
Yeah, absolutely. Both games, you really just saw a lot of teamwork and mechanical prowess all over the field on both ends, both games, and it was just a really, really nice game to watch. Everyone looked like they knew what they were doing, and it was looking pretty good.
Yeah, agreed. I appreciate you having me on the cast with you. We'll have to run it back eventually. We'll figure something out. Folks, thank you for having me. It was a delight on the Fenworks Rocket League cast. The game's delivered. Shout out to all the teams stepping out onto the field today and getting the job done. But that closes out week 5 for us. It is going to be looking on to the following weeks. We are winding down the regular season. Not too many games left for our players. Spots at state are limited. So make sure that you tune in for the action coming into next week for week 6, folks. With that said and done, I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday evening. I've been your host, Skeptor. Justin, my partner in crime. I thought we did pretty good, man, for first cast together. I thought it was, hopefully our viewers enjoyed it. And yeah, without further ado, hope you guys have a good rest of your evening and have a great weekend. And we'll catch you guys next time on the Fenworks official broadcast.